All right. Good evening, everybody. I know it's been a little minute for us. Just like just like everybody else, we have our own personal situations going on. So yeah, that kept us away for a while, but now we are back and plan on being a lot more active and consistent. Okay, consistency. That's the word, right?
Yep.
Consistency is key. All right, so yeah, it's a lot going on. Um, unsafe skies, ongoing war, and inflation. So I do have a few clips that I would like my co-host to react to. I've already um seen these clips, so it's gonna be fresh for you.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna get right into it. And yeah, then we'll discuss.
Missed their first full paycheck on the shutdown a week ago, and some say they are calling out sick, taking other jobs, or simply quitting altogether because of financial hardships.
People have to make the hard choices between gas, babysitting money, being able to come to work. It's really difficult right now.
For more on these workers and their delays,
And the overwhelmedness of all the workers, and they're doing everything they can.
I wouldn't expect people to come to work if they're not getting paid, so it's kind of, what are we going to do? It has been about 30 minutes. Hopefully that it doesn't take another 2 hours.
TSA agents are quitting because they are not getting paid during this partial government shutdown. And a lot of passengers here in Atlanta are telling us that that's creating a lot of headaches and delays for them.
This is insane. We didn't think it was going to be this bad.
All right. So yeah, that's a little bit of what's been going on at the airports with this partial government shutdown. We got, you know, all these wait times is, it's just it's outrageous. It's a lot of chaos. And then of course you're going to have people who are, expressing their concerns, their frustrations. My opinion about everything is, with all this stuff going on, there's no way in the world I'm traveling anywhere.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. It's pretty tough out here. What's going on in the world? Everything is unstable, and America is getting threats of, if these wars go further, that stuff could touch our land. And I know nobody here don't like that, including myself. But that's the thing. So just be careful. I wouldn't want to be in the air right now because you don't know what's gonna be in the air.
But I don't. But I'm right with what's going on at the airports with TSA. That's due to this government shutdown.
Yeah.
So you got this war, then you got the shutdown, and then people are still booking trips. Like, I don't like how do you make that make sense? That's just a little bit. That's just a little bit too much going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then with the inflation, with the cost of just the regular cost of living, where y'all getting the extra money to be traveling?
And I haven't looked at prices for these flights in a while, but I wonder how much they cost.
We'll check into that. I'm curious to know myself. Like, I would like to know. Yeah, I don't. Vacation is supposed to be relaxation, a peace of mind. And there's nothing relaxing about being in an airport and there's just chaos all around.
Right.
I'm not gonna pay my good money, my good hard-earned money, to be aggravated.
And I heard the wins that a lot of these states been getting, these flights been getting canceled like a mother.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of cancellations. Yes. I had saw a couple of videos where people were saying they were at Miami, the airport in Miami, and flight got canceled. So they was traveling to Fort Lauderdale and trying to get flights out of Fort Lauderdale, couldn't get flights out of Fort Lauderdale. So they decided to rent cars. And one lady said for her to rent a car, it was $1,200 for her to rent a car.
That's crazy.
So like,
and I think the rentals, I don't even think the rental companies can't even keep up at the moment, because just a week ago I was just at Hertz, and I just make small talk with people. I asked, hey, how y'all doing? Have y'all been busy? And they were like, man, we had 7 reservations today, but unexpectedly we had 48 extra people.
What?
That was from the canceled flights.
Wow.
Yeah, that was from the canceled flights.
Wow.
You know how hectic it gotta be? Because they ain't got 48 cars sitting there, and at least not the location I was at. But, that's the thing, and that was just one location. So you already know, what I'm saying, how it's going down.
That's wow. Yeah, see that I wouldn't want to be traveling with all that going on. It's a lot going on right now. And I think the climate that we're in, it would be very mindful to just move with caution and be more strategic with your spending habits, so to say. Not saying that, as a people, we don't deserve to let our hair down, relax, go on vacation. Not saying that we shouldn't be able to do that. But we just got to be mindful of the time that we're in. And people are so quick to get upset and, oh, I didn't expect it to be this bad at the airport. And it's like, okay, you need to open your eyes and realize what's going on. I don't know why people feel as if things aren't really that bad. Like, why put yourself in a position to where you have to see, like, oh, I need to see it for myself. I don't want to be in a position like that. I know some things can come across as, oh, fear mongering, or, oh, it's really not that bad, but why even take that risk? Why even take that chance? That's really my thoughts on that. And then as far as the shutdown in itself, should people still be working and not being paid for their wages? Absolutely not. They're gonna have to figure that out. They have to figure that out. Like, people work, they expect to be paid. And with the cost of fuel, the cost of groceries, the cost of rent, mortgage, car notes, insurance, and the list goes on, people should be paid fair wages. Yeah, so my co-host stepped out for a second, but I was just, rapping with the people, just letting them know, like, as far as the TSA workers, deciding not to work because they aren't being paid, how can anybody blame them?
We talked about that last time, before, last year ended, when we was going through all this mess. And I absolutely agree. I do know that, quote unquote, Houston, the airport in Houston got compensated for working throughout, but
oh yeah, that last time, yeah, they
but
I don't know about I don't know about this time.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't finna be no every time and all that. And it's a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, these fuel prices high and stuff like that.
Yes,
So
when you stepped out, that's exactly what I was,
Yeah.
talking about. I was like, I was like, I went down the whole list.
Yeah.
The fuel, the groceries, rent, mortgage, insurance, car notes, like the list goes
that's
on.
what I'm saying.
And it's gonna be hard for people to sustain themselves, without being paid. So that's one thing. And then also another thing is, how safe are our skies with the lack of workers in place? Is our, how, I don't know who all ain't coming to work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how well our skies are being monitored.
And then on top of that, that goes hand in hand with what's going on in these other countries. They know our weaknesses.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
not saying
they watching too.
Yeah, anything's gonna happen, but we on everybody hit list. I feel like, as a country. So
yes,
when somebody watching you, they watching everything. And
yes,
this is one of them. We're exposing ourselves. We're we have weaknesses. Right
yes. Now. And that brings me to my next clip. Now, this I want you to just take a listen to this. Everybody take a listen if you haven't heard about it. Because before I play it, I actually had to do like a little bit of deep diving just to get this clip. So I don't know if they're trying to bury this story or not, but anyways, I got it. We're gonna listen to it.
Understand the overwhelmedness of all the workers, and they're doing everything they can.
I wouldn't expect people to come to work if they're not.
On March 15th, the document said Barksdale security forces observed multiple waves of 12 to 15 drones operating over sensitive areas of the installation, which houses the Air Force's Nuclear Command and B-52 bombers. A spokesman confirmed Barksdale Air Force Base detected multiple unauthorized drones operating in our airspace during the week of March 9th. The spokesman said, "We are working closely with federal and local law enforcement agencies to investigate these incursions." The drones were unlike what's commercially available. They were high-tech, with a much longer range, and are resistant to jamming.
Certainly, it seemed to be more than just your average drone enthusiast who just pushed it too far. It looked like this was deliberate and intentional to see just how they would react. And seeing this probe on a base inside the United States is very troubling.
These
All right, so real quick, Barksdale Air Force Base. Let me do a quick, I believe it is in Louisiana, but let me let me double check that real quick. That's disturbing. And then how they didn't know what to do. Yeah, it's in Bossier Parish, Louisiana.
Bossier City.
Let's see. Bossier Parish. So it's actually right outside of Shreveport.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure, since you do transportation for a living, I'm pretty sure you've passed through here.
Oh yeah. I just passed through that.
And this actually is not too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
here's the thing. I be everywhere. Outwardly in my line of work. I'm gonna give you a little story. When I go to these different little places, like I said, I make small talk. I went to what's his name, Elon Musk, to the SpaceX thing. They said they had to keep drones from flying over there they say China be flying on drones over that stuff to get data information or whatever. So
like trying to like see what's up with like their technology.
She was up with the technology, yeah. So I'm not saying this is China, but what I'm saying is a lot of these other countries been doing stuff. It's just hitting the news because it's actually over a base. You're not supposed to be over no base at all, but these people been doing stuff out here that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
So
interesting. And that's that's why it's so good to make small talk and put things together, because the media will tell you one thing, but you have first hand experience and you had conversations. So if Elon Musk and the space, was this location, this is in Texas?
Yep.
Okay.
This was I forgot the little town it was in. I forgot the little town it's in, but it's not that far from Austin.
Okay, so if they have a concern about drones, that means that this is a real concern.
Oh yeah, it's a concern. And this place was day high on security over there. You got to get checked in and checked out.
Now, here's my thing. Now, they said that these drones were spotted over Barksdale Air Force Base. I never knew such place even existed. I didn't know that there was an Air Force base right outside of Shreveport. So that is even more alarming that whoever this was flying these drones knew of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very, very disturbing.
No, out here. And I'm not trying to go off the deep end like I normally do. But, all these little sightings. And you remember, I can't remember the time frame that was. Maybe it was a year or two ago. You gotta correct me, but you remember that balloon that was in the sky?
Yeah, when they were saying it was a weather balloon, but it was like from China and it went all the way across. Yeah. I remember that.
These people,
y'all remember that?
Thank you. These people been playing games, and that's why I felt that, like I said, I might be going off the deep end, but that's why I felt that the whole COVID thing was a whole setup, a whole halfway terrorist attack. Because if they come over here with these little balloons and stuff, what you think they putting in the air? They try to create this. What they say with the whole COVID thing? This one man came from China back to America, and then
you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't. It was so many stories coming out of how all of that happened that I can't even. I'm not even gonna go there.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just too much.
So what you think these balloons and then the chemtrails and all this stuff? So these folks been spying. They've been spying. So if they spying over Elon Musk little stuff, little SpaceX or whatever he got going, what you think they been over here doing that?
And then, according to that news report, this wasn't your ordinary drones that you and I or any of you all would be able to purchase and fly around. This was something that was very advanced in technology. And then also, you cannot fly over an Air Force base. You cannot fly anything, let a drone, a plane, a helicopter, anything. You have to have permission to be, in their airspace. This is, stuff like this is a big deal, but it gets swept under the rug. And then, like you said, I don't want to go too far off the deep end, but however, look at all the distractions, especially with our people. We get distracted by what 50 doing or what Papoose doing or whatever is going on in the entertainment world. And then all this stuff is going on right up under our nose. With Boosie what he got going on, just
And look, this just a small sample of the pie. Wherever y'all live at out there, pay attention to y'all states and look how much land is getting bought up
That too.
by different countries. By
Yes, yes. And also another thing too that is a telltale sign that something there's a huge shift going on. Places that used to be like quote unquote rural areas or yeah, I would say rural or even more suburban areas. The price of land in those areas is going up. Places that people not even thinking about, and then all of a sudden it's just hyper inflated.
Yep.
So yeah, when I ran across that and just knowing, where I live, I had no idea there was an Air Force base. That's not far.
No.
That's not far at all. And I had no idea. And whoever was flying these drones in restricted airspace, how did y'all have knowledge of that of that?
You folks been
That's disturbing. That is very, very disturbing to say the least.
And like I said, they watching.
Mm-hmm.
So they know they know the government shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hear flying balloons over. They flying drones over bases. That goes to show you, like, we don't care. You know what I mean? If you fly over somebody's base,
Yeah, restricted. Now it let one of us, just a regular everyday American that got a drone, and you think you finna fly something, they will shoot it down. Why y'all didn't shoot it down? Now the guy in that small clip, he did state that the reason why they didn't shoot it down is because one, they don't know where it would land. Two, they don't know what would happen if they was to shoot it down. So you mean to tell me that's basically like, so y'all scared?
that was
Like
y'all scared.
Y'all scared.
And
Oh,
that's
my
another
goodness.
form of weakness.
Yeah.
If we can run up on y'all base, we can run up anywhere around this country.
And what y'all finna do about it?
Do nothing.
Well,
so
and it brings it back. It brings the conversation back to y'all booking these trips. Y'all, I'm you only live once. I work hard. I'm gonna spend my money how I want to spend it. Do what you will, but just know it's some real nonsense going on out here. It's some real dangers going on out here. So take, people are free to do whatever they want to do. But I don't have a soft spot for ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like, if stuff is just a little bit too unstable, like how you don't feel the atmosphere don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like how, like, right? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even have the extra funds to be planning to go anywhere. The biggest trip I can take is a trip to my backyard. Okay, that's the best I can do right now. However, if I had it to do, I'm not doing it. Not with this. It's too unstable, and I'm not gonna hop up in no plane and don't know what's going on in these skies. Don't know what's gonna happen wherever I'm flying to when I land. Don't know what's gonna go on with that. Like I'm cool on all that.
Right.
I'm cool.
They were here with these drones. These drones everywhere in America.
Drones. And then another thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but where I live, it is pretty borderline rural a little bit. I be hearing all kind of stuff going on in the sky at night that I didn't hear before. Like, I'm out the city. I'm not in a major city, but I ain't used to hear all that. All this zooming and stuff in the sky. I don't know what's going on. And it's always at night. Left the major city because it was some humming and noise and stuff going on under the ground. And now it's zooming in the sky. So I can't escape the noises.
I don't know. I don't know where the people at, whoever that's supporting us, but watch these trains that's passing by and watch some of these 18-wheelers that
The
y'all
trains.
army equipment.
You lying. Oh, well, you be out. See, I look, my co-host, he be outside. Me, I be inside. I'm part of that inside crew. So, Mr. Outside, what you been seeing with the trains?
Nah, trains and 18-wheelers.
What's some equipment?
Yeah.
Like the
Tanks.
Oh no, player.
Tanks.
Oh no.
To be specific.
No.
So yeah, it's real out here. And y'all can't be trusting. We say that all the time. Do not trust the government. All they do is lie. I don't care who knows.
Look, and I'm not no political person. I don't do politics. I don't get into any of that because this is how I look at it. It don't matter who in office. You know, you hear people, oh, if we got to get Trump out of office because X, Y, and Z is going on. It don't matter. They can have Donald Duck in office. Whatever them the higher up say to do, that's what's going to get done. I wish y'all would understand that. Same thing with the last administration. Oh, we got to get Biden out of there. Biden, we don't know Biden coming or going. It don't matter who is in office because they are just a face, okay? They are just a puppet. They are being bought and sold and told what to do. Bottom line. So, and then a lot of things, you know, not to go, because I'm not quite sure, you know, how our audience, you know, what their belief system is, but a lot of this stuff is scripture. A lot of this stuff is in that word. There's a spiritual war. It's been a spiritual war going on. So now you're just starting to see it manifest in the physical. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people think that one man or one woman can hold a position in an office and they can just change the trajectory of the entire world. Because the whole world, not just United States, the whole world is just going crazy right now.
Absolutely. I ain't even got no comment on that. I mean, that's just straight up the truth.
And that brings us to the last clip that I have. And y'all bear with me. I'm hoping I don't have any technical difficulties because yeah. So let's see. We're gonna try to get into this last clip, y'all. All right.
Record average high was $5 back in 2022, so we're not there yet. But Gas Buddy says this has now been the fastest 3-week spike in gas ever, meaning that prices are rising at a record-setting pace. In total, Americans are now paying $500 million extra in gas and diesel every day compared to the start of the war. We are also seeing big price hikes for other exports that typically move through the Strait of Hormuz. In Europe, natural gas is up 92% since the war started, so that means higher home heating costs, higher cooking costs there. By one estimate, fertilizer is up around 35%, and diesel has soared 36%. So that combination means that costs are skyrocketing for farmers here just weeks ahead of the spring planting season. Plus, grocers are paying a lot more to transport their food. Economists say that could translate into higher prices at the grocery aisle in the next couple of weeks. Deborah.
We'll all be watching. Elizabeth, thank you.
Look, from that clip, I'm stuck on the Americans are paying $500 million a day more in fuel costs. I'm stuck. I'm stuck right there. I can't get past that part.
I believe it because I pay for diesel and I feel like I be paying $500 million. Just for a quarter tank. So yeah. I ain't got nothing to say about that.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? You paying some money and that mug and that needle ain't going nowhere. So yeah.
And that is what I've been hearing is Iran's, that's their long game, is like, we don't have to, shoot missiles or get quote unquote violent with you guys. We can financially cripple the United States.
Yeah.
That's a smart way, of warring with somebody, because that means you can go long. You know what I'm saying? It's very strategic. One thing I will say about Americans, we're spoiled. This is a country filled with very spoiled people. And when things get just a little bit uncomfortable, oh man, people be crashing out all over the place. Like we above, going through any type of hardship or any type of strife.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then part of that is, now I know times is tough for everybody, but times are not tough for everyone right now, because if you got enough coins to go on vacation, then you got some coins to put some money back.
Yep.
I don't want to hear nobody crying about the cost of fuel, food, rent, or anything when you booking flights. And you staying in the top tier Airbnb, and you got so many reward points with Hilton and Marriott. I don't want to hear it. People need to wake up and see and check out what time it is. It's not all good right now at all. This is the time for people to prepare themselves for what's to come, because we don't know. Everything's uncertain right now. This is the time to get a healthy prayer life, and that's whoever you pray to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, convert nobody to anything. So you need to be preparing, praying, and trying to keep your sanity and keep your peace. That's what you need to be doing right now. Because that's all we can do.
Yeah.
We got fuel costs outrageous. We got drones in the sky. I don't even want to be in no plane, and you got drones over Air Force bases. What else we got going on? This ongoing war that Iran not gonna let up. I feel like they not going to let up. Them people don't already say we is not Venezuela. We is not playing with y'all. And this inflation doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I'm seeing it, okay, because I'm very money conscious. It's not just the fuel. Now the groceries are creeping up. You know what I'm saying? Now the groceries are creeping up. And then you also got to take into consideration, now, if people aren't traveling, if they aren't going on vacations, that means they're at home more. Utilities go up because you're at home more. So it's almost like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't know. We got to get creative. Y'all let us know in the comments if y'all will be, because spring break is pretty much over for a majority of the US, I would say. So the next thing would be summer. Are y'all traveling this summer? I wonder what summer is going to look like, because gas prices usually go up in the summertime anyways. If we already knocking, okay, we in Texas, so how much is diesel for you? What you paying?
The average is $4.89. That's for the average. Of course, you get your little, your little ones that's in a more secluded area or whatever. It's gonna be $4.99 or something.
Well, I don't.
So, at your loves and all that, they in the fives.
And I don't own personally diesel. So I'm not driving diesel. However, I do see the regular gas out here in Texas is hovering close to $4. Mid threes, close to 4. So, ooh, baby, I don't know. It's gonna be it's tough out here. So, yep, that's what's going on, and that's just a little bit. We just wanted to pop in, and check in with y'all and touch on just a few topics. I plan on if my co-host is unavailable, I do plan on just popping in, checking in with y'all, going over a few topics, and then when I can connect with my co-host, we'll deep dive. How does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah, that sounds good. But we want to keep the the channel going. We won't keep feeling like we dipping out on y'all for a while and coming back. That ain't cool. So
yeah, and with all this stuff going on, we need to talk about it. So yeah, let us know where you all are tuning in from and how much fuel is in your area. And also, if you all plan on traveling for the upcoming summer break, summer vacation, you got any big plans, and if you are traveling, where are you traveling to? Are you just gonna stay within the United States, or are you gonna take your, you gonna risk it all and travel abroad? You gonna go out of the country? Just let us know, what y'all thoughts are on that. You got anything else?
Nah,
Mr. Outside.
Don't try to do me. Y'all get y'all hoes.
Mr. Outside, listen, seeing look, Mr. Outside letting y'all know.
But nah, it's the truth though.
He's seeing army tanks and on the train, they on the plane, they on the road. I'm just kidding, y'all. But
look, I'm out there every day. All I can do is, the little intel that I can get, I'm always willing to share, because none of us don't know everything, and a lot of people is in different industries. So yes, I always make small talk to people. Everything is unstable out here, so I like to make small talk anyway. To just in case somebody having a bad day, it don't hurt to ask somebody how you doing. That's just my philosophy. So that's how stuff starts, and then you make a little small talk, and then start knowing little stuff out here. So I'm always willing to share. But anyway, like my co-host said, if I'm unavailable, I will always try to be available as much as possible. But if I'm unavailable, you guys will be hearing from her, and I'll come in, when I come in. But as I always like to say, y'all stay prayed up, keep your head on a swivel, and we out.